At the law offices of Sean M. Cleary, we represent many people who are injured around the state of Florida, who are injured in a variety of different types of accidents. We also represent people from outside the United States who are injured here in Florida or in other states of the United States. I also represent people who are injured in resort accidents in the Caribbean, in South and Central America, and in other places around the world. I represent people who are injured in cruise ship accidents that occur whether the cruise leaves from the United States or somewhere else, such as in the Mediterranean, the South Pacific, or elsewhere, if the cruise has a connection to the United States. Our goals are to represent the client to the very best that we can, and so with that, what we do is we first establish a relationship with our clients. We're very honest with them, we answer all of their questions, and we do our very best. Well, first of all, I'd like to tell you that a consultation is free of charge. We do not charge any money whatsoever for our time or the expenses that are involved in consulting with or meeting with a client for the first time. So there's no charge for any consultation. And after we meet with the client, and if the client wants to move forward with the case, then we sign a contract. Our contract is what's called a contingency fee. And what that means is that if you do not recover anything, you don't pay the law firm or me anything for the time or for the expense to prosecute your case or move your case forward. It's only if you get a settlement or only if you get a verdict from a jury or from a judge that we actually charge you at that time. And we do that according to the contract, which is approved by each state that we work in. After a case is settled, I think that there's many different emotions. The client is, first of all, happy that he or she is closing the case and moving on away from this tragedy that brought them to our law firm at the beginning. And so one thing that I notice with every client, or hopefully almost every client, is that there's a feeling of closure and being able to now go back to whatever they used to do, to the extent that that's still possible, and try to make their life better. The second part is that there is obviously stress involved with a lawsuit, and a lot of people who I've represented, they recognize that we help them through this process, but there's always going to be a certain amount of stress that's involved in a case. And so when the person's case ends, I find that they feel relief, basically wipe their head and they feel better from that perspective. Now, unfortunately, the injuries that they've had, they will always have those injuries, and that's the sad part. But what we hope to try to do is that making this a humane experience and really working with and talking to and addressing and answering our clients' questions, we try to help them, make them feel as good about what happened or better, and try to get back to that person that they were before this tragedy happened.